allow the two children to attend the budget every year.
It's okay. Off your mind. It's okay.
She
off your mind.
like me.
Chai! Now wow, people wey suppose talk truth to power don't off mic. And if we talk, now 500,000 they go summer us, call them hate speech. But fear not, my ego don't come. Ingo torchlight every corner, nooks and cranny of all these bad people where they spoil our country. So my people make we laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego politico, my ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, my ego don't come, oh, yo. And in the touchlight every corner, oh, my ego don't come, oh, yo. Okay, some people be they holla say they want the power. Chai, them be promise us say we go get light and power. Nah. Them hustle sote they can't get the power. But now they know they do anything with the power. Every day, dollar just they get the higher power over naira. See them talk say make we off mind, but thank God say my ego don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My people make we shout, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego don't come, man of the masses, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. My ego die politico, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. This one not the off in mind, oh, yo. My ego don't come, oh, yo. Person where they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that my egun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say my egun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street they hawk. Still them talk say make we no talk. But thank God say my egun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo. My egun don't come, oh, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo. My egun don't come, oh, yo. Man of the masses, my ego don't come, my ego diary politico, my ego don't come, this man not the off in mind, my ego don't come, aha.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number 1.
Good morning to you, good afternoon to you, and good evening to you from wherever you are watching from. This is Mayegun Live.
Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number 1. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number 1. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number 1.
Kindly share this broadcast. Invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and tell them Mayegun to today o.
Àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number 1. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number 1. Mayegun diary politico. Mayegun diary, Mayegun number 1. Godfather.
Remember, as you are joining us, you need to share this broadcast. Like it to show that you are here. And then you can read the caption, the description, the whole body. sorry about that. Thank you, far too kind. Hobby Achuko. That is very generous of you. Ladies and gentlemen, you may observe a little bit of 1, 2, 3 seconds delay in between the voice and the lips. I am so sorry for that. I'm already working on it, so I'll get that fixed. In case that is a little bit kind of discomforting. I hope it won't be that much. So what I'm going to do most is that I'll look down so that you won't see my mouth. So thank you so much for joining me again tonight, ladies and gentlemen, the brethren in the temple of truth. Thiefnubu, President Thiefnubu, has made his first major announcement on the one hand. On the other part, Peter Obi bombarded the tribunal today with more and more evidence, and they were all admitted until APC, INEC, and Thiefnubu's lawyers asked for an adjournment until Monday. Behind the scene, there are other things happening that are, sort of interlinked to one another. And this is where we're going to start it from. When Kolu, according to the reports,
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Mayegun dayari politico. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń gba rìbá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. súnra jù. Òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú. Àní ẹ̀ súnra jù. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Àní ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé. Gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú.
Thank you. Once again, I have to apologize to everyone. Suddenly, I started kind of experiencing serious technical glitches, like the entire system. So what I suspected now is that maybe they kind of are doing overeating. So I have decided to open the room a little bit better, and hopefully we can still do what we want to do tonight. So I really, really apologize for that. So let's get started. Let's do something that's going to make it look like a break. Then we're going to start. And this is it. So kindly let me know as well if this audio is clearer enough for you, because I want to be sure that I'm speaking from the microphone. This. So I am going to read the comment for just 1-2 minutes to be sure that we can continue. And if we can't, I'm so sorry. We'll have to do this some other time. Okay. So let me know. If you can hear me, we'll manage it like that tonight. Okay. So yes, somebody said that it's perfect, which means it is manageable. Abi, thank you. Now, if you have read the caption of the broadcasts, where it is clearly stated that President Thiefnubu has made his first official appointment. We are talking about the first set of appointments that are really powerful positions that will then determine other people that will come on board and be part of his government. And it is not so kind of far, or should I say, it didn't take time before people started saying, that's all right. As expected, if you have the drug baron as president, and you have a Boko Haram sympathizer as vice, who are the character? What kind of characters are you expecting to see around them when they came to renew your suffering? They said people like us are negative. Don't be so then call us negative people for 8 years under Boko Haram, only for the rest of them who are still alive to begin to look for a day or time that they will see Boko Haram one-on-one. Now, here it is. You have it, a sick kleptomaniac, convicted drug trafficker, as well as somebody who clearly used his position to harbor and protect a wanted terrorist when he was governor. So what kind of people do you expect around them? So today, they made the announcement, Gbajabiamila is going to be your new Abba Kyari. And it's a very powerful position. If you want to see or get the blessings of Thiefnubu as president, you will need to seek the good side of Gbajabiamila. Now, another person is George Akume, the former governor of Benue State, one of the old rogues who has been in government since 1999, right? And immediately after he was governor, then he became a senator. After he was a senator, he is the immediate past minister. I don't know if any of you actually even know that George Akume has been your minister for special duties to Boko Haram for the past 8 years, where he's been promoted to become your secretary to the government of the federation. Remember, during Boko Haram's time, when he made his own first appointment, right? And it was Babashir Lawal, the grass cutter, that became the SGF at the time. Abba Kyari became the chief of staff. Now, chief of staff is the person that's going to employ the rest of the people, appoint the rest of people that you are going to see within the Bokwari's government. Personal secretary, permanent this, permanent that, this one and all that. So that's where we're going to start from. Then we are going to go into what happened at the tribunal today, where, Obi and his team loaded
This one. Malundi go enter villa. Jeje Fulani go enter villa. Jeje Biram go enter villa. Jeje Ilaje go enter villa. Jeje. Today, another day in the history of our nation. Yes. A day to sound a clear note of warning to those who claim they can form parallel government. We have come to ask them, where is their venue? Where is their location? Where is their president? This is a country and not a banana republic. That's all. The laws of the land can only be interpreted by the courts, whether the tribunals or the Court of Appeals or the Supreme Court. No one individual, whether it be Moses Paul or his gangs, no one individual can submit the sovereignty of Nigeria to his whims and caprices. This is a nation of people. We have come as different tribes, different tongues, and different languages. We represent the 371 tribes and tongues in this nation who have voted and given votes to different parties. We represent the knowledge of a victory declared by INEC, the institution given the sole responsibility to conduct state assembly elections, governorship elections, national assembly elections, and even presidential elections. It has come to our notice that some people have decided to take the laws into their hands, to ridicule our judges, to humiliate the peacefulness and decorum in other Nigerians, openly confessing treason that they will declare on May 29 their own president. May that intention never live long. Amen. We will not allow it. And let them be on notice. This malady can be cured. This freedom is not madness. It is a country. We have come to the appeal court. We have come to the Supreme Court to affirm and to wait whether Shettima election will be nullified. The Supreme Court, in their own knowledge, have stood before themselves and the lawyers involved, and have given a verdict. We take the verdict of the courts. We celebrate that victory. Yesterday, President Muhammad Buhari performed his heroic duty of handing over the documents of transition on the seats of power to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who within the next 72 hours will be dubbed, anointed, empowered, and graced, and constitutionally backed to rule, reign, serve, govern, and help the citizens of Nigeria. We have no problem in anybody exercising their disenchantments. They have rights to do that. But such right does not come with trying to declare another president in this country. Is he calling for war? Can he stand war? Can he bring his families out to face war? This is a peaceful country. This is the blessing of Africa's democracy. We have seen it. Obasanjo successfully handed over to Yaradua. He died. Jonathan took over. Jonathan handed over to Buhari. We have seen it. And Buhari must hand over to Asiwaju. He has no choice. So if Buhari is performing his constitutional duty, we cannot tolerate some people who have decided to distract him. They said he made mistakes in 1980.
I know. So I have to improvise before enemy takes everything over. So I have to reduce light here, get a few things down, and then I just jump straight into my computer camera. I'm so sorry if if that is so strange. That, hey, what happened? It's because I have to reduce the load and see what this does. So the quality and everything is kind of going to reduce, by the way. And that also will make the broadcasted tonight kind of shorter. And I will fix this, I promise. So Thiefnubu announced his new appointment, where we wanted to start from. And this was inside the Old Rock, in his own words.
President Tinubu made the announcement first to the APC governors who visited him at the State House in Abuja.
I'm going to appoint Femi Gbajabiamila as the Chief of Staff. And I'm going to announce George Akume as SGF.
Senator Ibrahim Hassan Hadija, a former deputy governor of Jigawa State, is the deputy chief of staff. President Tinubu made the announcement.
So he made the announcement of his own chief of staff and the former Jigawa State deputy governor as Shettima's chief of staff, right? And then he appointed George Akume. So same today in Abuja, inside the same Old Rock, where they told you technocrats, you know what I mean, like technocrats, non-politicians and blah, 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 is going to put together a team that is going to come and renew the hope of Nigerians. So these technocrats have been picking up their own appointments. Others have been gate crashing in the sense that they were like congratulating themselves even before any announcement is made on their, about them. People like Gandollar is waiting. But somebody put a surprise appearance today, and that person is James Ibori. You remember James Ibori? So James Ibori, with a Wike led by Seyi Makinde. So they were at the villa to remind Kolu to please not forget his promise. So, sure you get, so that people will not do their yeah. But James Ibori, I have not seen him in public in years. James Ibori happened to be that former Delta State governor. He's a member of 1999 Nigeria first elected governors then. And it was like a Thiefnubu, a big kleptomaniac, godfather. But something happened then that he came to the UK and he got arrested for fraud, scam, and corruption. And before you know it, he was sentenced to 13 years imprisonment for looting Delta State's money and bringing them here for money laundering. Then when he was here as well, before he became governor in Nigeria, he ran away from a crime of credit card fraud when he was doing a taxi driver here in the UK, in London. So somehow, Obasanjo just gave them his pass, and everything about Ibori was meant to be like over politically, until after 4 years in jail, Ibori was released to the warm welcome, warm embrace of the same people he looted. And he came to UK, he went to jail for it in the UK. And despite being in jail, Ibori was so powerful that all the political appointments in Rivers State, from jail here in the UK, they have to pass through his approval, including who was going to be governor in Delta State rather. So Ibori, a convicted criminal, convicted thief, and then Gbajabiamila, somebody who also ran away with his own client's money in Georgia, in America. So it's like the team is coming together. Akpabiole, the one accused of looting over 11, well, maybe not only him, 11 trillion in the Niger Delta ministry, is likely going to be your next Senate president. Abi? Then you have the list is long. Oji Uzo Kalu, a convicted thief as well, is also likely going to be your another person that is also in contention is this guy, Yari. You know, Yari is also a former governor too. Now, the team is kind of piling up, if you ask me. So wherever you have that hope that is renewed, is kind of coming together now, right? Now, here is one sec. Here is Thiefnubu meeting with the APC governors. Okay, it's part of the strategy. As it is right now, subsidy is gone. Remember that. It's only that the life after subsidy is what nobody is really sure of. You are not really sure of it. A lot of people are trying to play it down like, it has to go all the time. Some are praising him. They are saying that Thiefnubu has done so well, so nice. Yeah, that subsidy had to go and people have to adjust. Now they are contemplating of increasing your salary in a way that maybe it can complement the new reality. So he met with the APC governors too today, this side. So to to APC governors and the rest of them, Thiefnubu is doing the right thing, they will say. Even whatever I'm not going to bore you with whatever you are facing out there. Time will tell, like as they say, now everybody you could touch. So some will pretend and live in denial of it, but it depends. I don't know how long you can hold that together. Okay. But you are looking at those who are coming to, change your situation as they promise, right? So here is what the NSC had to say. By Wednesday next week,
the NLC decided that if by Wednesday next week that the NNPC a private limited liability company that illegally announced a price regime in the oil sector refuses to revert itself for negotiation to continue, that the Nigerian Labour Congress and all its affiliates will withdraw their services and commence protests nationwide until this is complied with, and that NNPC doesn't have the monopoly to act illegally, even as a private company. The NLC therefore directed all state councils and all industrial unions to commence mobilization from this moment to make sure that this action is enforced. Thank you, comrades, for being with us. God bless you all.
Okay. So they have sent their own warning, and the warning is to let you all get ready. Whatever will happen, but I promise you this, rather than give them anything, Thiefnubu and co and his gang, they are going to be working on how to divide them. You are going to see different NLC in the next coming days. Yeah, you will see different factions of NLC in the coming days, and they will be saying that they support him. So, and that's what they taught Bokwari. If you want to get the people to comply and you don't let them have control, break their ranks, divide them, and empower a section of them and give them the publicity, the media and the rest, so that they can like make them so relevant. Once you keep that within them, they won't have enough time to organize and do any damages. They call it political trick. Sorry, I didn't warn you. I put that back on just to see if there's going to be any difference this time around.
The NLC decided that if by Wednesday next week that the NNPC, a private limited liability company that illegally announced a price regime in the oil sector, refuses to revert itself for negotiation to continue, that the Nigerian Labour Congress and all its affiliates will withdraw their services and commence protests nationwide until this is complied with, and that NNPC doesn't have the monopoly.
Yes, I know you advised me to just keep that when I turn the audio lights off automatically, so to reduce the shade or whatever you on it. I know you tell me to probably just keep it that way, but I know. So if it does that again, I will go back to that. Okay. So what they are saying right now is that there is no money to cushion any effects. Okay. And as it is, except something happened within a week, except that there's no way they can either cut down whatever they have already announced. So they are doing all the media tour to convince you that the decision is good for you. It is in your own interest. Do you get that now? You are the one who is facing it all. In fact, on the streets, in case if you don't know, there are people who are actually like convinced that now some people want to make Thiefnubu just look bad.
And like you, they get the fuel, they don't want to open the fuel. They say, nah, Jagapan, nah, Ikosan, and not be Ikosan. Now we they do about ourselves, yeah, not be it. Not be Ikosan, you not talk. They say, nah, Jagapan, talk, say, me fuel they there. For my own belief, not be it talk. Not be it, madam. Madam, not be it. Not be fit deny for no madam no deny for them. Na Jakapa na it talk. And like you, they get the fuel, they don't want to open the.
You see? So that is the example of how people are already making themselves adjust to the reality. So in case if you are like going to be wondering, why can't people still? No, people can't. Nigeria is a different kettle of fish. Their level of propaganda, where people are convincing themselves and blaming people or somebody else for, you know what I mean, is legendary. So where do you want to start from? How do you want to explain it to that woman? That a policy of government was pronounced without any care for what the consequences will be. And the consequences is that there will be reactions. And these reactions are expected. But because of that, you have to make provisions, Abi. Now they are already going further. You will see a lot of people that will argue with you. They are facing the suffering, and they will tell you, we are ready to suffer it for now. We are ready to suffer it. As if to say there will be anything indeed that will be given back to them for that suffering. So NNPC has now promised them that by December, Thiefnubu is going to make one of the refineries in Nigeria to start working. That one is the Kiari. You need to see how they are already sharing the interview. The guy appeared on TV. Remember, they have already sold NNPC to themselves. It's now a private company, even though it still appears, but they call it NNPC PLC or something like that. So these guys are still the ones who are determining how much, what you're going to sell your fare and all that. So the guy in charge, Kiari, his name is Kiari, something Kiari, Mele Kiari. Now the guy went on his own media tour to teach Nigerians the benefits of taking off subsidy. And according to him, they did not take, it's not like they increased price. It is in fact the market value. And guess what? Their social media influencers, they are already spreading that. They said, he gave the best explanation. According to him, they may buy a lot, they may buy it very, very expensive now, but everything is still going to come down. It's going to come down gradually. Gas, your gas cooker, cooking gas, is going to come down. First, it's going to high. Then your diesel, first, it's going to go high, but it's going to come down. When more people bring this thing in, and they are spreading that already. He also told them, President Kolu is already working on how to make sure that one refinery is working by December. Ladies and gentlemen, do you know that Dangote refinery is not ready? Can you believe that? What they did with Dangote refinery is called ribbon cutting. Bokwari won't cut ribbon. Show saying cut something. Do you know that Dangote refinery is not ready? And it may not be ready until 2025. Yes, you heard me right. 2025. Before Dangote refinery can actually produce and refine any diesel or whatever you want to buy from them. Do you know that? No, you don't. Okay. They told you it's going to start from July, Abi. July is not far. Are you with me? So you will realize that they scammed you. They said that Dangote refinery does not mean there will be no subsidy. That was when Bokwari was cutting ribbon. After Bokwari cut ribbon, they said there is no subsidy anymore. Really? So then what is now next? What is next is that be hopeful, renewed hope. The price will come down by itself. But you know something? A lot of people can speak grammar, jargons, all of that to you. Now you go come on money from your pockets and pay for that liter of petrol. Now from that your pocket, you are going to have to take more money to pay for that transportation. Let me show you what it is like, even for the federal workers in Abuja. I got a, what do you call it? I'll show you something. Give me a sec. That was when Kolu went to Jimo to pray. Yeah.
You understand?
I'll bring that back on for you because it's just by the way anyway. So they were saying, today stranded, and it's almost the same everywhere. So you are the one who is going to pay for all of this. You are the one who is going to have to wait for that 7 months before they can then tell you a refinery is ready. But guess what? 8 years. Buhari's government spent 11 trillion naira in trying to fix the Nigeria refineries. Kaduna refinery is yet to refine one single drop of petrol since 2016. But guess what? They have been paying everybody working there. If you know their salary, Baba, you go fear. So which means 11 trillion naira spent, gone, and not a single drop of oil is being produced by the almost 6 refineries in Nigeria. Not a single drop of oil produced there in 8 years. Is that not a treasonable offense? Is that not a treasonable felony? That then today, Kolu will achieve it in 6 months. So just endure. They are contemplating on increasing salary just to see if that can indeed savage the situation, kind of cut it down for you. It is going to be very, very bumpy. Very bumpy. Because they are not talking about cutting down their own cost. The National Assembly of Nigeria are still billing you. People who are less than 1,000, they are taking out over 400 billion of your money, sharing it among themselves. They are not stopping there. Gbajabiamila, that has become, and that will become your chief of staff to Thiefnubu in 2021, the same Gbajabiamila accused of collecting over 300 million US dollars. You heard me right, too. 300 million US dollars to share among the reps in order for them to pass the petroleum industrial, whatever bill, something that then gave them the access to liquidate NNPC without telling any of you. They liquidated NNPC, shared it among themselves, and they made it a private company that is still very much overseeing the Nigeria oil industry. Like, the fraud was done by the same Gbajabiamila and co. in that House of Rep. Not long ago, the same Gbajabiamila with his own colleagues in that same National Assembly collected $15 million each. Each. The Senate collected 15. The reps collected 15. Share this money to your friends so that they can help us cover the 22.7 trillion naira that Emefiole printed that nobody can tell what they used the money for. Yeah, they printed 22.7 trillion naira under Buhari. No account of it, nothing they can say they use it for. And then they decided, without the approval of the National Assembly, another crime. It was this same Gbajabiamila and co. He even cheated his friends. They gave him $15 million. Give everybody $50,000. 360 people, including yourself. The leadership should share maybe $1 million. Guy gave his friend, his own colleagues $10,000 US dollars like a gift. And by the time they calculated the $10,000 US dollars, guess how much that came to? 3.59 million US dollars out of 15 million. Alaye kept almost 12 million to himself. For himself. Yeah, dollars. And when they discovered, he decided to adjourn the sitting for long. Like, you won't sit. The last time you saw the video where his own vice, his own deputy speaker, Wase, was challenging him. He was so raging, angry. Remember that video? That's in Gbajabiamila. Is going to be your chief of, it's like collection of, I don't know how to put that for you, honestly, without sounding, So you are the one who is going to feel it. And you are also the one who is going to deal with those who are serious career kleptomaniacs. These guys does this so easily and they get compensated for it. So they are covering for the past crime, and the people who covered for the past crime are already there today to perpetuate theirs. So I'm not going to be surprised that the distractions you're going to be getting from them soon is going to be when they will be kind of releasing the document of all this looting by Bokwari. They will be releasing them to the media, and you will not be knowing, you won't know who released them, but you can be rest assured it's them. When they will be busy pillaging you too. I mean, it's always the turn by turn Nigeria Limited, isn't it? So I think the freezing seems to have come to the level of reduction. It's like it has reduced. Abi? So we'll keep it that way. So I like it when the lights are on, okay? And I could automatically put them on because I have this OBS that I actually use to fine-tune the image as well as the audio before they finally get onto the streaming software. It's like about 4 connections, 4 stops from the camera, or 3 stops from the camera before it gets to your own screen. So I believe in those joints, right? Something is not connecting well. And that is what is giving us this weird sort of, show. But we'll manage it as usual. Now, after meeting with the state governors, when they know there is actually no money, so what they will stand to do right now is to tell Emefiole, okay, to print more money. Emefiole sort of show them the way how it is done and how they can do it without having to worry. And for that, it can have an easy passage, at least for now. So they will need to print money. The last time that the Edo State Governor, Godwin Obaseki, raised the alarm on that Nigeria is sort of, as Nigeria has run out of cash in a long time, no thanks to APC, and if nothing is done, Nigeria and Venezuela, they will be appearing in the same news very soon. Maybe not Zimbabwe right away, you know what I mean? Just very soon. So, Kolu and his gang, they eventually left for the 570 million naira national mosque that is now completed, built by the government of Nigeria with the taxpayers' money, of course. I mean, that's another madness among these politicians. So people who have no belief in any religion, their ways, their actions, none of them shows that they actually have any belief in any religion. None. To be sincere, they have no sympathy. They have no empathy. They have no real feeling to show that they feel remorse of the consequences of all their actions, okay? But they still use the religion anyway to control those who make themselves very easily available. For saying, if you go to so many of these states, billions and billions and billions of their state money have been invested in building the biggest mosque, the biggest church, the biggest this, the biggest that, different synagogues, but yet they are the most godless, heartless, and then, the cold ones that you can actually call. So yeah, they appeared in Jumat today, and as the sufferings and then the killings in Nigeria is, it doesn't actually recognize anybody, whether you are Christian or Muslim or whatever, you just collect, Abi. Now take a look at it. It was there just on this.
To understand that Nigeria is a country that loves their leaders, in as much the leaders too, always give them the honor they deserve. To understand.
And I think there's another one also on the street. Let's see that.
If you sincerely believe in what Almighty Allah is telling every one of us, we'll realize that Allah has given us the opportunity. Allah has given us all what it takes
So was there to perform Jumat today. You remember that Bokwari used to read Quran during Ramadan. They will put Quran in front of him. He will be reading Quran. But yet, he kept protecting the terrorists that are murdering Nigerians. And anybody who said anything will either get go missing right away or get jailed or exiled. Sure you get. But they will still read the Quran every Ramadan. Godless, heartless people, you will say. And you would agree with me. Now, let's take it next step to their court case. Now, this one is a bit interesting, but I'm going to say it in my own kind of language. You know what I mean? Like, tell you in the layman language. So, day 2 of presenting evidence to the courts. Let's see what that court even looks like today, when they started moving the evidence from Oyo, Akwa Ibom, Edo, Lagos, where else again did I say there? Anyway, started moving them in, just like it's just like that of yesterday. Please. So like that, then inside the courtroom, again, nothing much, just the exterior, just look inside. That's them inside the court room. Now, let me give you some stingers, okay? Some funny stuff that happened, okay? At first, the ARM or Abina APM, whatever, they had their own case adjourned till Monday for some technical, whatever delay. Thank you very much, 2324. It's been a while, though, Baba. Thank you. So, when the course started around between 9:30 and 10 a.m. this morning, and it was the turn of the Labour Party. So, as usual, this time, as usual, they came in with all the evidence, and the evidence they came in with are the results. You remember when the court told INEC to give them copies of the election result that they announced. So they brought more today, and they were the INEC certified copies, election result sheets from Rivers State, all the local government areas in Rivers State, all of the 20 local government areas in Lagos State, all of the local government areas in Niger State, Edo State, Akwa Ibom State, and Oyo State. Remember that Peter Obi is challenging Thiefnubu in 18 states. And also, for your information, Peter Obi is not just challenging Thiefnubu, he is also challenging PDP. Although their media will likely just present Peter Obi versus Tinubu, no. It's actually Peter Obi versus Tinubu, yeah? In the process that they have put forward and the evidence they want to put forward, the whole petition is also proving that even PDP rigged them in some places too, and they have the evidence. So what they are doing, let me tell you what I think they are doing, which makes it more like either that's how they normally do it, that we have never had a chance of seeing how they have been doing their tribunals, election tribunals, or this is the first time that the election tribunal in Nigeria would have to deal with case by case, kind of, they say a petition on case by case basis. And every case or every part of that petition is a landmine. Do you understand? It is a landmine for the respondent, including the court too. When you are like, you need to prove it beyond doubt that this person didn't win. And then you have to put all this evidence together from local government by local government by local government in every state, meticulously challenging every figure they put out there. And you are putting up a replacement that if you are able to convince the court, they will begin to take all these numbers to where they belong in the old charts. And at the end of the day, they will recount. And that's going to be like a big blow that will come from everywhere. Now, you know what they are doing? In the areas where they declared Atiku and Thiefnubu, for example, declaring Atiku winner of Adamawa, for example, and then Thiefnubu being declared second, and Obi declared third in Adamawa. But then you realize that the result you have is not that Obi won Adamawa, but the percentage of vote they gave to him, deliberately allocated to him, is a far cry from the real figure. For example, let's say they give Atiku 55% in Adamawa, and they give Tinubu 40%. That's not the result. I'm just using an example now. They give Thiefnubu 40%. Now they left Obi with 9% of the whole vote. But the real result shows that Atiku only had 35%. Atiku only had 35%. While, or should I say, let's use mass here now. Let's say Atiku had 40% from the Adamawa, and Obi had maybe 35%. That's 75. And then Thiefnubu had just 25%. Now, what that means is that Obi did not only meet the 25% requirement by law if the voter counts right. It will actually gain more vote that it took from him, added back to his originally declared numbers. And his number won't go down, they will go up. In some places, his numbers will also go down when they will realize that maybe in the process of cross-examination, they will realize that, oh yeah, even the areas you won to Obi, these numbers were inflated. You didn't score so number. So they will do that to themselves. So at the end of the day, you will now realize that Kolu didn't have all the numbers they gave him. Not just that, he didn't even have the 25% required by that same law in 24 states as required, including Abuja. That is completely far away from the numbers they gave to him. Now, how do you prove that? They are not spreading their tentacles everywhere to say Obi won everywhere. No. Places where he was declared winner, he is challenging the results there too. That you can't just declare me winner by cutting out half of my own results of votes. And say, well, but you won now. Should be you won. No. The numbers of that winning must be declared and must be accurate. So he's now taking them up on 18 states, including the ones they declared for him as winner. And that's quite scary, because here is the problem. They have presented all their own evidence now, or maybe not all, because they said they are still coming with loads and loads more. And they said they have sorted them in a way that it is going to be so easy for the tribunal. And so far, so good. Not a single evidence presented by his own, what do you call it, by his legal team has been rejected. Not a single one. It doesn't mean that they won't reject some of them all. I'm just saying, because it's going to get to a stage whereby the opposition, because when they were presenting this document, when his lawyers were presenting them, INEC that gave them the documents, you see, INEC provided those documents. They gave the documents to APC, gave it to PDP, gave it to Labour Party. So all of them can then go and build their cases on it. So when Atiku and then Obi brought their petition with all those evidence, INEC rejected that they mustn't accept, the court must not accept that evidence. Thiefnubu that they declared winner with the result, which is the evidence, is asking the court not to accept it. Don't accept that evidence as evidence. The Shettima, who is also declared winner with Thiefnubu, with that document, the result they used, the result INEC declared, they also rejected. The INEC must not, court must not accept the result as evidence. APC, Egbekebe, that is also forming the government now, based on that result, they also rejected the submission of the evidence. And it's not just for Obi, they rejected the evidence from Atiku and from Obi. But the court accepted them as evidence and named them. So the APC, APC, Shettima, Thiefnubu, and INEC, they would then have to give reasons why they don't want the court to accept any of those documents as evidence. So if the argument works, the courts will reject the evidence. But if the argument fails, then the court has accepted the evidence. So the court will then rule and say, this is our ruling. So if the court now rules that the evidence have been taken, now there will be a problem. Now that will be a problem. And here is the problem. It simply means the Thiefnubus and co will need to take this even more serious then. Because, it got to a stage whereby during the presentation of the evidence by Obi's lawyers, right? When they got to Lagos, the lead counsel, the person presenting anyway, now said that Apapa local government. So the moment he mentioned Apapa local government, everybody, he didn't even say Apapa local government. He said 20 local governments in Lagos, we are presenting evidence of 20 local government areas in Lagos State. Sure you get. So, and he started listing this local government, and he mentioned Apapa, and the entire court burst into laughter. And then the judge, according to court, they said the judge felt like, wait, does that not remind us of somebody? That reminds us of somebody, because more like it, a lot of people were already asking, where is Apapa since Thiefnubu's inauguration? Since they swear for Thiefnubu, Apapa just suddenly disappeared. Arabambi disappeared. Channels News and the rest of them are no longer calling them. So mentioning Apapa inside the courtroom today was like a kind of a reminder to the beginning, of this court tribunal. Then they went on to call somebody whose name is something like Poku or something, or Poku or something. I'm sorry if I don't pronounce that, but the name is actually like simply means bone crusher. You get that? So it's like a name that says bone crusher in English. So when that lawyer is one of the legal team to Obi, legal team member of Obi. So when he introduced himself, somebody mentioned his name or something, the court started laughing again, because this person was sitting next, very close to the APC team. So when they called his name, so the judge just jokingly said, oh, did they actually make you sit next to APC there because of your name? And his name means bone crusher or bone crusher. Anyway, these are just the side thing in there. So by the time the OB's lawyers presented all of this evidence and the court accepted them and took them in, and they said they have more. We have more, my lord. Thiefnubu's lawyers then rose up and, INEC's lawyer and the Thiefnubu's, they rose up to demand for an adjournment so that they can go and prepare their reasons why the court must not accept those INEC evidence in this case. So do you see why a lot currently feels like they're going to hate you a lot, Obedient and the rest of you, because what you are currently pushing is so scary that even the judiciary are going to get to a stage of dilemma where they're going to be like, man, this whole thing is like, incontrovertible, or like an evidence that cannot go the other way. Although Thiefnubu and co are already working on the Supreme Court, where Ariwola is your CJN. But with all of these things happening, if it should go on like this, then Thiefnubu may have to intervene. You know what that means? It simply means they will take you, the Obedient, as they are already doing it too. I'm just saying, but you want to see it in a different way, in a way that you've never seen before, in a desperate way that will become so embarrassing. But apart from that, I am here to keep you updated on the show ahead. See, on the streets, a lot of people are reacting differently to what this new reality would be if the Court of Appeal tribunal failed to stop Thiefnubu. And the Supreme Court also couldn't stop him. What's it going to be like for you for the next 4 years? The Lagos Abobakus will tell you, I will drink your tears for 4 years. He's lying, Let him feel good on social media and say all manner of BS. But trust me, now everybody, they feel the heat. Yes, everybody. And some are already reacting differently on the streets. Something like this.
How much did they say, Tinubu? 8,500. For Tinubu? Yes. So if I carry 8,500, give you now, you go say this man give me. Yes. Huh? For this traffic, why there? Huh? For fuel, we no there. Huh? So if I come. So if I carry 8,500, give you now, I go get mine. You go say this man give me. What thing I go use and do? Make a hanger for my parlor, the local, and for my office. You know, no. And for my office. You know, no. Anyone. But for your mind now, you what I'm make I carry 8,500 give you. Collect this man, put for my office.
Like how much
okay, the price I'm. I don't forget 500. How much did they say, Tinubu? 8,000.
I mean, people are going to be very kind of that way, cheeky. Reactions and non-reactions, you're going to see a lot. A lot are going to, like, those women I showed you earlier. Did you remember that? People are going to be like that. But the reality is, you can't hide the real thing you'll be going through in the coming days. And you can't blackmail people and tell them that it's because you are being negative. Maybe you are positive. All the positivity of a lot of you. That one is not enough to put a fuel in your jerry can or in your tank. So again, everybody will bear their own cross at the appropriate time. That's just by the way. So we had that terrible start. And right now I'm going to open the line. Let's just enjoy this while it lasts, okay? Which simply means that you can call in right now, and I will take that cup of, maybe not right now, okay? Not right now. I'm going to go make myself a cup of tea. Take it as a break, okay? So I'm going to take calls, and I want to hear from you as well, while, before we call it tonight, okay? I still have a few things to share there anyway, but don't go anywhere. I will be back.
Country, 70 years old man. Is that you? Jesus is Lord. Jesus. Woman, is that you? Country, 70 years old man.
Yeah, very sorry that took longer. I started experiencing that same, sort of a sluggish for a view. But I have a caller on the line. Hello there.
Hello, my good gentleman.
Oh, bless you. I thought I lost you there. Sorry. How are you, sir?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no.
How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Ah! Now they never leave you. They have left you behind. Photo, not be juju be that. Sorry, oh, sorry, oh. May God not allow them, make them kill you. 70 years old man. Oh. I am mumu too much. You be mumu. You think say they wise? How many times would they tell you before you know that Nigeria is not for you? Ah!
Man, tonight is not good. But how is the volume now? Is it better? Can you hear me, by the way? My caller.
Perfect.
You can hear me now, right? Okay. Let's hope our viewers can also hear me clearer now, hopefully. Please, continue.
All right. My name is Mohammed.
Hi, Mohammed.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me perfectly?
I can hear you loud and clear, Mohammed. Is that same Mohammed from Abuja?
My name is... Yes.
Mohammed, you have been
I'm happy.
Here. So, how are you tonight?
I'm happy you remembered me.
I do remember you.
I'm okay. I'm all right. You know, like I told you the other day, I'm a relative newcomer on your show.
I know.
I just started that day I called you the first time was the first time I actually watched your show. And I've been watching every day since then.
Right.
And I tried to study your presentations and what you're about and what happens in these shows, even in your show, even with the callers, the people that call you.
Okay.
So what I seem to notice, from my own point of view, is you seem not to see anything positive about Nigeria. You seem not to see any sort of light. All that you judge about the country is all about its darkness. You know, even from your creative, from the way you're creative, and you talk about when you like naming our politicians, you be like Boko Haram, all these things, all these your names and the rest. I have not seen you commend one single person. And you see, just amongst every 12, there is a Judas. There is also the fact that amongst criminals, there will also be at least one that is a good person. But I've not seen you even commend one person or say anything positive or just be like, okay, well, sound hopeful. I don't know, maybe it's because you have jackpot and you just see the country like this country is hopeless. But while those of us are here, we are the ones that feel like, okay, Nigeria can still be positive.
You know, like you mean, right, Mohammed? Like, you know, I have jackpot. So I started making things up so that Nigeria can look bad, you know, like I don't see anything like
not that.
I started making them up, right?
Yeah, not that you're making it up.
Okay.
Not that you're making it up. What you're saying is the fact. Do you understand? But what I'm saying is that your judgment, your conclusion seems to stem from the fact that since you've left the country, you seem not to have any hope that this country can be better. Maybe that's why you actually left.
Okay.
I don't know if you get my point of view now.
I get your point of view, but you are so wrong.
Do you understand? Like, it's
good though. It's good you feel that way, that you are actually able to spit it out, okay? But at the same time, do you know you are very, very wrong with that assumption too?
Okay, can you tell me why I'm wrong?
Okay, let me clear you a bit, okay? Now, take a look at this. I might have left Nigeria. A lot of us might have left. Here you get. But there's nothing that happens in Nigeria that doesn't affect us too. Nothing. And
of course, I knew that. I wrote an article once about
families too.
I wrote an article once about people that leave the country. I know all of this. I know that.
No, hang on now.
I know that.
You want me to clear you so that maybe maybe you can leave this program tonight and possibly have another kind of a sort of a variety of.
No, I love your program. I love your program.
But I want to clear this. It's so important. Okay, we have families too. Here you get. Every now and then, when we see the people who are responsible for running the country, when we see them from far here, making all these wrong judgments and wrong calls, a lot of the time, we know the consequences of all of that. You get that? Like impunity, putting a square peg in a round hole, where you put somebody in charge of education and they are messing it up. Now, we realize that we see all of this messing up. A lot of people believe that, you know what, let's just pray for them. Here you get. A lot of us believe that maybe, personally, what I'm doing on my program is to make you see the consequences of what they are doing to you. even if you are not in Nigeria. That maybe if all of us do, right, we may stop and start reducing the criminals' access into government, because government is beyond just somebody being governor, being this. You know what I mean? Over the years, right? Lives.
You see, brother. Yeah. You see, my brother. I like this point and where you are going to now. Right. That the followers are as important as the leaders. That's what you're saying. You cannot solve darkness by adding more darkness to it.
Oh, okay.
You see, you solve darkness by injecting some light. Right. Take, for example, now this contemporary issue of fuel subsidy. Mm-hmm. It is clear, it is obvious that we are our own problem. Mm-hmm. Because Nigerians are very, very impatient people. Sometimes you have to suffer first before you enjoy the benefits of certain policies. If we had allowed Jonathan, yes, before you, it happens all over the country. Let me see, like, there's nothing we can do about it. If we had allowed Jonathan to remove this subsidy at that point in time, do you know that we'll be benefiting from the positive effects now?
Well, I don't know.
But we will. That's what I'm telling you. If we had, government cannot pay for subsidy anymore. Let me tell you, of course, you should know that right now, in our neighboring countries like Cameroon, Togo, blah, 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 and the rest, they are currently suffering from the fact that we in Nigeria, we have stopped subsidy.
Baba,
you know what they're telling me? What they're telling us is this fact.
You see, to a lot of people, right? When you tell yourselves, the truth, the expectation is hopefully people will stop doing the bad thing. Then when you start creating or manufacturing events to compare yours with, to now tell yourself that maybe you are not even suffering like others, or you know what I mean? They are telling you right now that because you remove subsidy, that other African countries are now suffering. Abi, and you believe that. You do. In that Abuja that you are there, you believe that Cameroonians are now suffering. Ghanaians are suffering because Nigeria removed subsidy. I've been reading it online for a while. I wouldn't believe that somebody like you will come and repeat that here. So you believe that. And Mohammed, you there?
Brother, yeah. you yourself, you're in the UK and you believe things that happen in this country. So why me that I'm in Africa? Why would I not believe something that? No. I'm also giving you facts because these are things that were said by.
That's not a fact. That Nigeria removed subsidy.
Brother,
Africa. I said it's not a fact, Mohammed.
The main crux of my issue, is that Nigerians are self-sabotaging at this point in time. Okay. NLC says they'll go on strike from Wednesday. The NLC never comes out to protest certain important issues. The only thing that the NLC knows how to protest in this country right from day one is increase in price, increase in fuel price, increase in fuel. That's the only thing they know how to do.
Okay.
Now, why? I mean, this guy, Tinubu, just came in a few days ago.
I know.
He said that there was no provision for subsidy. Like, for example, now, in his press conference, in his meeting today with the progressive governors, he said that he inherited both the assets and the liabilities of government from the previous administration. No, whatever that means. Whatever that means. That's what he said.
Mohammed, wait. Mohammed. Now, you can see that this is how a conversation should be sometimes. You don't need to agree with me, and I don't need to agree with you as well, all right? But when you present, falsehood as facts, sometimes I can say, hang on, Baba, hang on. I am not alien or new to the fancy words that your politician uses in Nigeria, Mohammed, okay? I am not. What I'm saying is that if there is going to be effect of an action, a responsible government, like ordinarily, should put all of that into consideration, not act before they now start planning. But if you are there and you are comfortable with it, that's fine. Now, you don't call that darkness. So you know that Nigeria is in darkness, and you want me to shed some lies to bring light. Mohammed, can you do me a favor, Mohammed? I want you, without having to lie or make up any lies, okay? I want you to give me something that is of light, facts and figure on this program tonight that you have seen about Nigeria. Don't assume, don't give assumption and all that. Using the present reality. Can you tell us about the light?
The present reality, the subsidy removal is the light I'm talking about. Buhari was a coward. Buhari was a coward. He was borrowing money because it was
Jay, help us, oh, help us. There is God, oh. There is God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh, God, oh. God should descend, oh, today God will descend here. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. Nigerian women will not cry in vain. This thing will end today. My sisters, if your child lost, will you stay and keep quiet? Will you people stay and keep quiet? The president now is calling you, come, I want to help you. You don't want to appear. Will you agree? No. Now the first lady is calling you.
The villagers are the battle our principality this evening. Hello there.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
How is your family? How is Abika and your family?
Baba, we do. We thank God. Oh, thank you for asking.
God is good.
Baba,
you know, some people for this program they see me as angel of reality, angel of truth. I don't know the one they see me as because when people come there, they say when they do their gragara, they say nothing will happen. Say nothing will happen, like that we day. Today I wait in Tinubu, they don't swear me, no, nothing will happen.
They don't swear at me, no.
And still nothing will happen. See that court when they go, all those ones are waiting people they call manani who go picking now. So that is now show off. That court now just show off. Now fashion parade.
Wow.
You there, yeah?
Are they with you, all of us?
This night again, and the contact with something will make them better. If they want to jump out from their seat, then they jump out. Okay. If they want to jump their fence, then they jump their fence.
And I
like as Tinubu enter there. You see Tinubu, Now Tinubu go bring what they call balance to Nigerian system. By the time did you show them shading? See, Buhari na angel. Buhari is an angel. Tinubu, Tinubu na Lucifer.
Now, people are saying that it be like say it could be the assemblage of ex-convicts, drug lord, money launderers, and all of that are coming to renew the hope of Nigerians. So that's scary.
Anything they want call and make them call, but I like what they do. Now, the things when Tinubu they do, now go make Nigerians wake up from their slumber.
Yeah.
It's just that you go reach when you go reach. You see this Nigeria so they revolt, they go revolt by force.
Time go tell, Baba.
And you see what in Buhari do?
Yeah.
Wait now, you never start. When you start, you see the whole people go full on for this ruling council. Full and never see anything. Now morning be this na kokoroko. He go appoint sote drivers so go dey inside that sort of self. Go be from Yoruba.
Yeah.
I think go appoint drivers, other drivers so go dey for Asoro go even be Yoruba.
Yeah, but that one no balance then.
No. I like him so. What is good for the geese is good for the geese. I think for man, but I like him so. I want making do him so. Make all the key positions be Yoruba. If Yoruba do the key positions, I go more comfortable and plan. I like him. I get happy.
You know, now waiting some people they talk with that say very soon. No matter all the thing where everybody they talk and all of that, by the time they wear everyone out, they say very soon, a lot of Southerners, they will be kind of calmer with Thiefnubu than any other person, like you just mentioned now, because you believe what? It's going to force everybody back to what?
To put them in order. See, I don't give the hoot, I don't care about certain people they say. Yeah? For the fact say,
You believe that?
Tinubu na strong man, but forget saying nowhere. Tinubu na strong man, na gradual. He don't start to the chief of staff. Gradually go change all those institutions. You see, even this military men, Tinubu go retire all of them.
Right.
Mark my word today, I will tell you the day it will happen. The day it will happen, I will call it test, I think I tell you.
We go one good day. You know, see, that's why we call this place diary. Sure, you get. All of us, whatever anybody or any of us say, we can all go back and reflect and say, oh, somebody said that too. But they follow you, Baba. Go on.
All of them, Tinubu go retire all of them from A to Z. And when he retire them, you go use star farmers. If you no put people there, but I did sure 100% say na farmers between the key positions. The mark and down say, I tell you this thing. And I will be very, very glad. I will be at peace with myself. Make this Marudas get out. Make them get out.
More hear from another person too, Baba. Nice one, So I know tonight is being like a hell. I promise you this. It's gonna be fixed by this time next time, okay? I mean it's shocking, but yeah. Hello there.
Hello, my Baba.
Oh yeah, how are you, sir?
Don't worry, the picture you are seeing is the ma that is on.
It's the ma. Oh, bless you. So I actually thought it's a sir. I mean, sir, ma. Okay.
I know. It's the sir that has the phone, but the ma has to use it.
Oh, bless you, ma.
Because I'm pressing and I'm like, I have to get in today.
I'm glad you did. How are you, ma?
I'm very well, thank you. My name is Sam. I'm calling from Manchester.
Beautiful. Lady Sam, everybody can hear you, ma. It's been a battle. I feel like I'm battling a principality this evening. Like they are coming from everywhere.
Don't worry.
We don't go great.
Don't worry, we go battle the principalities together.
To the end. Thanks, ma'am.
All right. So that's Mohammed of a man that called in.
Mohammed is a typical
I don't know. Well, everybody is entitled to their opinion, which is great.
That's right.
But then, in fact, let me go pigeons this evening, because I don't know whether them born am for Niger, they grow for Niger, and they see what they happen for Niger. Because this one of telling me, the old subsidy is for our own benefit. Mm-hmm. And NNPC is doing what they are supposed to do, or whatever he has just said. Uh-huh. Come on. NNPC has been privatized, kind of, in quotes. Mm-hmm. And the government is still paying their salary. Does that not tell him something? He's saying you are like portraying Nigeria in a bad light.
In dark.
If saying the truth,
But no, he later agreed with me that I'm saying the truth, but he expected me to be making up things that looks good.
All that one now wash.
Just like the subsidy.
That one now wash. The thing is, say when Nigerians come online and begin to stammer, you know, say a lie, then they lie.
Did you notice that?
So the truth of the matter is, look, Nasidon look, they say na him be dog name.
That's right.
And all of us Nasidon look, na him we dey look.
That's right.
For the fact say person dey abroad does not mean that you don't have family members back at home, and does not mean that what is happening at home is not paining you, body, soul, and spirit here. Because if they did what is right, majority of us will not be here.
That's right.
You won't be here.
No.
Because we would have all been at home, developing home.
Yes.
So this idea of one Messiah has suddenly dropped from God knows where. That nobody, in fact, is like an alien that nobody knows anything about. It's whatever he has told us that we know about him. Come on, Mayego, I'm sure you can trace your family history back to 4, 5, 6 generations.
Tell me about it.
Like every other person.
I mean.
So all this idea of young people, in fact, the people I even feel sorry for the young people who come on and begin to defend politics. Can't you say anything good about our politicians? What is good about them? If there's anything good about the politicians, wouldn't they have done it? You have National Assembly, you have the lower and the upper chamber. What are they doing? 6 months in, 6 months out. What does that? Come on.
I mean,
look at our MPs that are here. You can walk into their office.
Yeah, you know something, ma? Yeah. What is good in having more people living in poverty, which is a fact? Having the largest number of young people unemployed and unemployable. That is also a fact. So what is then good? That even the president and the politicians in the country, they have to leave Nigeria for medical care. What is light about Nigeria? That the students, I mean, I could go on and on and on, but they care about, because they've told them, they said, because Nigeria removed subsidy, Cameroonians are suffering now. Meanwhile, there's no news that says Cameroonians are queuing for petrol right now. There's no news that Ghanaians are queuing for petrol. Niger Republic is not queuing for petrol. All these West African countries are not queuing for petrol. But their influencers are telling them in Abuja that because Nigeria removed subsidy, other African countries are already suffering. So Nigeria will now enjoy. It's unbelievable, Mao. Sam.
This is a case of waiting concern Agbero with overload.
Sure you get.
Yes. This one a case of waiting concern Agbero with overload. And the guy is talking, he forgets so easily that all those his quote and unquote, his honorable and his progressive governors, not one of their children is schooling in Nigeria.
Not
one single one.
No.
And he's busy saying, oh, say something positive about Nigeria. We know that we have great minds in Nigeria. We have great minds that are Nigerians, that are in diaspora. We are all Nigerians. We all identify as Nigerians. Or what is he telling me? When they bad, say the truth. For once, Nigerians should learn to say the truth and stand up to these people that call themselves politicians. If you don't stand up to them, you can't do it.
No.
There is inflation in UK, but we see what the government is doing to alleviate the pain people are going through here in the UK. It's not that there's no inflation. There is. But what is Nigeria doing? You remove subsidy and didn't think about what you will do. You remove it first and you start thinking later.
They've told them now. They
what kind of leaders are you?
And enjoy later. Did you not hear him? He said, we need to suffer now and enjoy later. Is that not what Buhari told them too when he shot the border? He said, grow your food. We need to suffer now so that you can enjoy later. What happened to all of that? 8 years. Suffer now. Suffer, no,
one thing is, I've never been a believer in Buhari. Never. Not for once. Because when Buhari ruled as military administrator, I was a kid and I knew what we suffered when he changed this same Naira. So even access money and access food was a long walk. So when people were advocating for him, I'm like, Kai. Are Nigerians so forgetful? As a kid, I still remember. And then now, we have moved from, as you will rightly put it, this is Promax. Day one, we have already seen his, even his finger we see, we never even see his hand. By the time we see his hand, we go clap for him now. We there, yeah.
And they
but
say
you are doing a really good job.
Mommy, they say nobody can clap with one hand. And if say when the bedu enter body, now all of us go to do like this. Hey, help us. So no be so. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Pastor Ruga don't cook talk and last, everybody go some breakfast.
Bless you, indeed. And thank you for stopping by just once again. No.
Bugwala ma je breakfast. Asikoto ne kanu kuma jete ototoni. Sumobile.
Right.
Hello.
Hello, ma.
Hello, Mayegu. Good evening.
Good evening to you too. How are you?
This is my first time of calling. This is Bridget Shine.
Bless you. And
I'm calling from Germany.
I can see that. Thanks, ma'am. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good this evening. I just want to first tell you thank you so much. This is really the chamber of truth.
It is.
Your channel is the only channel so everybody can really come and get the reliable, bitter truth about Nigeria.
Absolutely.
Many people in Nigeria, what I believe, the churches or the religions have so much brainwashed them that they believe we suffer today, tomorrow might be good.
Yes.
And I remember one incident. I went to Nigeria from Lagos to Benin. I was in a flight, so the flight was so hot inside. I was like, oh my God, did they have a high tone on the heater here? Nigeria is so down. And all of them started, Nigeria will be good. By God's grace, Nigeria will be good. I was like, oh my God. A pilot just announced, may God bless you, see us through to Benin City. And you are telling me, if a pilot can believe in God, that is only God that can bring us to the next destination, that means Nigeria is gone. And about the man that just called this Mohammed that called before, these are the typical Nigeria that we have, who we believe that Nigeria will suffer today, tomorrow might be good.
Yes.
Any leader that take a drastic decision always affects the country. And then every man that is old, a man that is old, when a woman is old is another case, but when a man is old, his mental health is so much affected that he don't think straight. He became a president. It's not even up to an hour. He took a drastic decision that put the whole country in a mess.
In chaos.
That is a sign. That is a sign of a failed government. That is a sign of a man who cannot govern, who cannot rule a country. A man that has so much health issues. And many people are still clapping and saying he cannot even feed himself. If he has to feed himself, he got to travel to France or to England to go and feed himself. If a man that comes from Nigeria, he wants to govern in a full country, he wants to stand there as a president of a full country, he cannot, he has never established or he cannot establish a good facility whereby where he is sick, he will fit himself in Nigeria. So, if you believe such a man can fit a country where he don't even believe in the health sector, his children don't believe in the Nigeria economic anymore. They go to UK everywhere to buy their houses. Why they don't buy their houses all over Nigeria? Because they don't believe in that country.
No, they don't.
So what I'm saying, those people that are saying that the court might not give a good judgment, yes, Nigeria is corrupt, we know. But this time around, many Nigerian youth are awake. They are watching them with 3D eyes. The fear of the Nigerian youth is giving them heart attack. This is not business as usual. If they look at what is going on even at the court right now, they see that the Nigerians are so interested in this case. So their hands are shaking, their mind is at panic, they don't know what else to do, that to just be accepting whatever evidence that is being brought before them. Yes, now the fear of Nigerian youth is just what is working now, what is even making us to see all the bad hitting things that they have done. Imagine a president for 8 years. 8 years. That country never had, they never had one thing to be proud of.
One simple refinery. See, that's why I asked Mohammed, my sister. I asked Mohammed, I said, everything you have been hearing since you said you started listening to me, are they lies? Were they made up? He said, no, they are not made up.
He could not answer the question because there is nothing good to write. They will think because we are in Western world, that is why we don't see anything. We are the one that is seeing the truth about Nigeria. We are the only one that can tell them the truth because things have been done. So proud that we have a Nigeria guy out there like you who is telling us, who is telling the Nigerians the bitter truth. Many of them would not want to hear it, but your chamber is the truth. I call you the bitter truth map teller. You are the bitter truth teller. Thank you so much. And good evening to every one of us.
Thank you too.
Okay,
it's been a pleasure.
bye.
So I will take another one, and I'm so sorry, and I will keep
Many of them would not want to hear it, but
hang on my caller just for a moment. I don't know if the sound is back, but you can see that I'm talking. So let me know if you can hear me. So I know tonight is a mess, okay? I promise you we'll keep managing it for another few minutes, okay? And then we'll get on today. So let me know. Can you hear me loud and clear? Me and the caller, can you hear us? Can you hear me, sir?
I hear you loud and clear.
You are hearing me loud and clear. Beautiful, sir.
I hear you, my general.
Yes, sir. Please.
The problem is, no. Firstly, we have to fix the problem.
I'm with you, please.
Okay, we can fix the problem by first. We have to get you a new laptop to commemorate with the camera.
Oh, you need to see my equipment here. They are actually like 2023 MacBooks, like a Mac computers. Something is just not right with the connections.
Sir? No. You get people. We did. You get people. Don't worry yourself. We have to get you a new laptop first.
Okay. Thank you. And then let's deal with it today's zone, by the way.
All members, I beg, if not $50, I want from now to next week, Wednesday or Thursday, let us get my general a new laptop. This is BOK.
Yes, sir. BOK. Oh, that's you, Baba. Now I get it. How are you?
Yes. I want from now to next week, Thursday, we have a new laptop for my ego.
Thank you.
And believe me, if they don't do after this call, I beg, send me your personal account. I will send you money to buy a new laptop.
Thank
if
you.
anybody no agree join us from now to next week Thursday, send me your personal, for this number why they call you so. Send me your personal account, okay?
Thank you.
Secondly, Baba, you get patient to the answer. Person tell you say, I believe what you are saying, there's point, but then we have to this one and that one. Baba, you get patient to.
I'm the presenter now. I've been asking people that disagree with me to call in. Maybe when they call in, right? Maybe I can be an example to all of us that even if you disagree with people, just let them say something. In the process, if you listen to them, they will be forced to listen to you too. When you are now saying your own, you may stop them saying what they are saying and change them forever. That's my own theory anyway, but it doesn't work all the time, okay? But I just want to kind of make it comfortable for them that they can call in. You can call in. Yeah, you don't stay in the comment section. Call me in. I'm not going to shout at you because you are disagreeing with me, but be okay. It's not that patient. Are you?
Mama, you may be right, but sometimes there are some things you hear from these people.
That just gets you angry. I know.
You get angry, you say, why are they saying this? Because, Baba, whether we did Nigeria or whether we did abroad, all of us will chop the breakfast together.
All of us go collect.
All of us do it together. So why somebody go come now, they defend, say this and that? Baba, you have been saying this thing for more than 10 years. You
tell them now. Tell them now. Maybe today.
You want to tell me now that the message never reached their ear, they never see them, they never feel them. I'm tired.
I know, it's tiring.
That's why when the IPOB members say no, whether they like or not, we will fight them to them. It isn't a joke. Don't be joke, Baba. Don't be joke.
It's not a joke. Oh. Politics is not a game. Oh. We are even telling people that this whole thing is not a game. Oh. People's lives are involved.
It's not a game anymore.
Now, if people are saying that rather than them to die, wait to die, they will rather begin the journey of leaving Nigeria and die in the process if they have to die in the process than wait and die as slaves in Nigeria.
You just check when you do giveaway.
Yeah.
When you do giveaway,
you remember
how many people they come to your broadcast?
Sure, you remember them.
But hate you. I don't see them now.
So no be all of no be some of una they put the resources together. Where would they take help others? I say, yeah, give this one, give that one. But last, waiting. See, Baba, be okay. I have told people, be okay. I told people, I said, what we are doing is a thankless job. I am just kind of so grateful that I have appreciative people on my platform who says, oh, Mayegun, well done, this and that every now and then. It's a thankless job. If you are waiting to be thanked, you will never be thanked. You know what they say? When you are fighting the oppressors, don't use your two hands, because you are dead. Use one to fight them. The other one to defend yourself from the people you think you are fighting for. So it's a thankless one, Baba. And I'm not expecting anybody to even praise me until a lot of you felt like, no, let's say it to his face, he's trying. And I appreciate it. I do expect. Baba.
I know this way you do. I know if you do.
I know it can be somehow. But I want you to be able to.
If Nigeria come on, die, I still get.
I know. A lot of people feel like that.
What I go do?
What we go do now? Like,
I think Nigeria born. Make it just end. Believe me, Baba. I swear I'm tired. I'm really tired.
I know. I can imagine.
What you are doing is a thankless job. Baba, God will continue to bless you.
Amen.
Bless your wife.
Amen.
Bless your children. Bless your incoming generation.
Amen. And all that is yours, Baba.
Anybody will swear for you, he will return back to her because
you know they say their swear is now it be like a blessing too. Are you not proud of this that you've known for the past 10 years? Have you not seen the progress, Baba?
No be laptop problem. Say, okay, what can we find the solution, please?
No, I'll fix it. Be okay. Be okay. Be okay. I know. It's we've never experienced this for a very long time, Abi. I moved space. I changed place. And then I'll fix it. I know I'll fix it. I'll fix it. Don't worry. I'll fix it. We don't, I've got very expensive stuff here. I know. I'll fix it. Now, you know what? Let's have a deal. If I can't fix it, if this happen again, I will take up your offer. Okay? I'll fix it. It's not something that can be fixed. Thank you so much. Be okay. But I'll take another one, Baba. I know I have people on Mayegun's Diary Political, and I don't hide that. That's where my strength comes from. And it's all coming from the place of appreciation from a lot of people. So yeah, I have another caller. Hello there.
You don't have another caller, you have your brother.
And one name. Osita. How are you, sir? One name.
Make you leave people when no agree.
They go still agree, but they go tell everybody, Osita.
When they call them for Yoruba language,
Atenus.
The Atenus.
The Atenus.
My brother. I used to say, no retreat, no surrender. The only mandate that mankind has in life is freedom, is liberty. You know, I just came in now, but the reason I'm calling, I don't even know the context of today's...
No, tonight has been so hellish for me, Osita. It's not a joke, right? I get frozen almost every 5 minutes from the time I started.
No,
it's like...
There's something I want everybody to understand.
Right.
You said you have the 2023 equipment.
Trust me, it's here. Side mark. A very big one.
So I want you to understand, I want you to understand something. A lot of people will send, they will send, some of them too, they send some things to you for you to open. The one you don't know, please don't open because they are just there to hack your system.
Oh, trust me about that. You know, I worked there. I once worked for Sky. When it comes to all of these things, right? I got the right training, including the way I speak to people too. A lot of you watches and say, oh, maybe you are so patient. I was trained as a customer service advisor in one of the top companies in Europe. So yeah, I have an idea of what not to touch on that. Tonight, I got caught unaware and it's so embarrassing. I'll fix it. I promise.
I know, but the only thing there is that...
And I'll cry out for help when I need help. Trust me, I don't hide that. When I need help, I will cry out for help. Sure, you know. Osita.
So, you know, as of yesterday, we were talking about the fuel subsidy, right? But I want us to understand something about this fuel subsidy.
Right.
Like you said, like one of the callers said, that we do not even know the people we are dealing with. How come we know that? I mean, how are we sure if there actually is a subsidy? But truly speaking, I do not know what other people they talk about, but from what I know, my own reservation I've done, there is nothing like importing fuel from abroad. Trust me, my brother. Nothing like that.
Maybe yesterday, Osita, was it not yesterday we were asking that shouldn't we even know those who are being paid all these trillions for subsidy? Like, can't they just give the names? Go on.
Yes, I have my reason. And the reason goes like this. The CNG kind of fuel, which we use in Western world and Asia. Right. The CNG, that is what every country is using right now. It's more economical, it's more efficient, it's more durable, it's more it's more health. But we go and buy PMS, which is more destructive and more expensive. And we know that in Nigeria, from time memorial, it is PMS that will always produce. Then how come that the PMS that is destructible to mankind and to equipment, that is what we are buying more expensive than the CNG that people are using? If you come abroad and say you want to buy gas, believe me, what they will sell to you, because what their refinery can produce for you is CNG. So where are we getting this PMS from? Did you ask yourself that question?
Well, I haven't done my research to reach that side. Help us.
Yeah. So you need to ask that question. Where are they getting it from? When the people they claim that is selling PMS to us, they are actually using CNG. So where are they getting it from? These are the questions. This thing is pure scam. The reason that the subsidy was removed is nothing because of they want to enrich the owner of Nigeria. Aliko Dangote, because all their money is in his possession.
Right.
The whole loans that the Buhari administration took, everything, plus one that Lagos State is making, everybody, they put it in that refinery. We know that that's where the money is. So let's not talk about subsidy because there is nothing to subsidize.
I mean, people were supposed to go to jail, Osita, in 2011. I mean, 2012. People were supposed to go to jail for subsidy, but they model them up.
What are local refineries? When they say those refineries are not 100% broken down, those refineries they still refine some amount, some quantity of fuel, which we use locally.
Yeah. So they report that they are all down with no production. may not be true. I mean, wholly true after all, yeah?
It cannot be wholly true. So whatever that you are hearing, because I have somebody who is a naval officer. This time, she's in a papa. I asked her, she told me that those things are lies, that all those things, those vessels, they travel, they'll tell you that they've gone outside Africa, meanwhile they will go to Benin Republic and anchor and come back. And where is it exit? All of them, they have oil and gas company. There's no politician in Nigeria who doesn't have an oil and gas company. And that is what they do, so that all of them are collecting the stuff. One thing I want people to understand here, each time I talk, each time I cry, I tell people, I wouldn't lie to you. Sometimes I used to look at myself and I say, oh, am I trying to develop high blood pressure because of Nigeria? But I can't help it. That is where I come from. If people did not fight and die for this nation that is called America or Britain,
we won't be here.
I'm telling you the gospel truth. We won't be here enjoying it. So if you think about it, it is our fight. It's nobody's fight. It is our fight. We cannot continue this way and think that, oh, somebody else is going to do it for us.
And even this scam is even so scary. Osita, lives are involved. Children's lives are involved. Future that normally should be most important to these guys are involved, and they don't care. Now, you know one thing they do that actually really breaks heart is that they will make a pretentious move like they want to do something good. But it is just a camouflage. Because at the end of the day, the people get shortchanged and the whole charade dies. But when you look at the whole thing at the end of the day, you realize that people's lives have been destroyed just because some people were going to make some profit and all that from them. And it's like a repeated scam. Everybody just bring deers and all that. And like I said earlier, like why people are not so worried about that it's scary. Trust me, it is scary.
It's scary because, okay, look at today what happened.
Yeah.
What happened today? Look at the appointments that he has made. It's still the same old brigade.
The same guys. They told them they are going to give them technocrats. Should not technocrat be that?
There's no new person that is coming on board. If I like, United Nations to name me as the most brilliant person on earth, they are not going to take me. They are not going to take you and I because you are not a member.
No. You don't belong to the circle.
You don't belong to that circle. That is the thing I am telling people. Please let nobody say because of I live in America, I live in the most safest place in the world. But yet it's still not safe.
And yet your mind is still there, hoping that your family will not call you and say they are under captivity. Exactly. Not that somebody's going to say that they have misdiagnosed your family member and they're going to just die needlessly. Like, we are worried.
I wake up in the morning. These days, I am telling you, I wake up in the morning because the world economy has not been the same.
Yes.
I wake up in the morning and I pray that people shouldn't call me from home and start telling me about money, because if 20 people calls you back from home, 17 of them will tell you directly that they need money. The other 3 is waiting for their phone to tell you they need money. How much is this that I am making? Can I be able? That is the reason we need to get this thing
if they get it right there, then some of us here as well will probably live normally, because a lot of people are under pressure. They are abroad, but they are under serious pressure. And you begin to ask, why are you so worried about what people calling you back from home? And they will say, but I can't help it. I'm the breadwinner. I'm the one that, I won't allow my family to go on the streets anyway. I won't, you better work on it too. Oh, yes,
I am one of those people. And how many people can you be able to take out of Nigeria and say they want to live abroad? You can't do that.
How many would you be able to?
You can't do that. So there's one thing I want us to realize here. I know we are not expecting them to bow down to us.
No.
But one thing I want to tell people, we have to take this bull by the horn. Face this square. I am going to employ people that live abroad, the diaspora. nation has been stolen away from them. Look at it. Even the people that were shouting on your mandate, to understand, they are buying fuel, they are buying gas now for 600 naira. I'm not the only one that is buying that gas. It is not only my mom that is buying that gas for 600 naira, but everybody is buying it for 600 naira. That is to tell you what an illegitimate government will bring.
Yes.
I was watching you and David the other day. He made mention of something of designate, where they would designate Nigeria into. Those things, you would think that those things are just mere things, but they are facts, they are truth. They are not even going to call you to tell you that, that we have
done it.
designated you as one of the countries of the world. They are not going to tell you. But the way they will treat you, some of us will travel to different countries, even with our American passport. We will get to those countries. For example, you can go to Germany, that the German might even tell you that they want to call the American embassy to find out
if your American passport is wow.
So these are the things that people don't understand. I pity anybody who lives abroad and tell you that being legitimacy can bring legitimacy. Look at the...
They are praying now, Osita. They are praying that his government will favor them. I mean, we know that Eric, we know that he's, the story about Tinubu is bad, and all of that. But me, I am praying to God, that his government will favor my family. Omo, you know what people are saying? Oh, okay. Yeah, go on.
He's going to deal with Obasanjo. I told people that he won't do that.
He won't do anything. He won't do anything. Yeah. He won't do anything.
It is the same league. They won't do nothing.
No,
Rather, the people that will show shaggy is people like the ordinary people.
Now the people that go show shaggy. Yes.
After all, I've been in America. I've followed American politics. I've lived in America. I've lived in UK. I've never seen where the German chancellor or a British prime minister or the American president will say to people that for us, people like us, that I'm taking the vice president, what he said, that people like us, we are not going to suffer it, but what about the poor of the poor people?
Can you imagine?
You call your people poor, and you are their leader.
Yes.
You don't know if they are poor, you are poor.
No. They are blessed. They are like luckiest, and then if they touch you, they change your life. Do you know if you meet Tinubu, he can change your life? Do you know that mentality in Nigeria? They say, if you meet, some people that can change your life. I'm like, oh my God. You are waiting to meet criminals to change your life because, see, Osita, I'll take another call, yeah? I'm going to be rounding up soon anyway, so it's good to have you. So far, so good. We haven't had any much break. I have plus 234 on the line. Hello there.
Yeah, Mr. Mayego, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Friend.
Yes, sir.
So, I will just go straight to the point. My name is Frank Abiola. I live in Manchester.
Franco, Baba, please.
Make I go straight to the point.
Please,
Number one.
Yes, sir.
If you have watched or come across this show interview about fuel subsidy, it categorically said it's not going to take away fuel subsidy.
Yes.
What he's going to do is, who are those people? How did they come to that figure that they subsidize always? They say that is where the corruption is. I don't know. I'm not too sure about it. I don't really know anything going on in that sector. But I believe truly the only thing we enjoy from the government is this fuel subsidy.
At least.
And if you have to, if you have to look at the remote subsidies away from diesel, did anything change in Nigeria?
No.
They remove away from kerosene, some other products.
Yeah. So what did they do with the money?
Exactly.
Nothing.
So the fraud is not in removing the subsidy. The fraud is exactly in how many liters do we come.
The manipulation of subsidy.
Exactly. So let me leave that.
Yes, sir.
Let me tell you plain blank. Nigerians have been structured this way away from the years 1960. So don't expect them to do anything contrary. It will take another 40, 50 years before Nigerians will know their rights.
Wow.
They destroy education. They took away history. Let me give you a good example.
Yes, sir.
I'm lying down on the bed, and I call my son. I said, come here, get me the remote. He picked up the remote and gave it to me. I said, but look at the remote close to you. Why can't you get up and take the remote? I shook my head. Can I say this to my father? I wanted to correct him. I said, no. I will keep his confidence in asking some kind of question of the truth. What is wrong in me getting up for my day? I'm not thinking nothing and pick up my remote in my room. So I restrained myself. I did caution the boys to say, why did you speak to your dad that way? The same thing they've done to Nigerians. They use tradition, religion, education to keep us in this way. They never knew we will react so soon. But thank God we are reacting now. But let me tell you, Nigerians will not do any jackrabbism.
No,
they will do whatever they will do, and they will get away with it. Because the mind of the people, you listen to Mohammed now.
Did you see how Mohammed was trying to convince me, Franco? He was trying to tell me that, do I know that the Cameroonians are suffering now? I said, so if Cameroonians are suffering, you must suffer too. Like, it's like, yeah. I said, you are not in Cameroon. You are in Abuja. I said, but you are in the UK too. But you are not in Nigeria. I was like, oh, really? Okay, fair enough. All right. If you feel like having to expect to suffer, it will justify whatever their intention is your way of growing Nigeria. Okay, I will have to agree with Mohammed. But I mean, shockingly, a lot of you actually heard that.
And you know the worst thing? I spoke with my friends in Nigeria. They are not APC members, but they strongly believe in this policy of fuel subsidy. And I begin to imagine you that I send money. You call me sometimes for school fees. You call me sometimes for house rent. You are telling me that it's good as they remove this fuel subsidy. It's good. I don't like Jagabano, but this action wait so in my mind I say you go cry because tomorrow.
Abi now, because you go see the effect, and Jagaban will just tell you to endure. Abi now, you already said it. It's good for you. Now, when all of you can't get adjusted to the hard life, now then you can realize, say, the subsidy they told you they removed, they've created another lacuna somewhere, and they're already siphoning it away. Nothing is coming to you. Like, how could people kind of not know this, Franco?
Lastly,
yes, sir.
I don't want to take time. Now, I listened to one of these lawyers on AIT or ITV or so.
Right.
They said they are surprised that Nigerians did not come outside to protest when they announced the result. They said, okay, Obi calm down and everything. They say it's not the mandate of Obi. It's you who is going to suffer, whether Obi gets there or not. Obi is made for life.
That's right.
I'm not
He's a billionaire anyway. No, I mean, you are saying the truth. He's a billionaire. He's a member of the elite. Yeah, they can find something for him in the system, even without telling any of us. He's part of, you know what I mean? So, go on, sir.
Then if you match it up with what Amechi said, Amechi says stone us. He did not stone them. He did not say stone them. He says stone us. You understand? Because he knows Nigerians will not do such a thing. Then, the analysts are listening to them. If they announce Supreme Court result judgment, and you go on the street, you are now a troublemaker.
Yes.
You are not fighting for any mandate anymore. You are a troublemaker. The whole world will support the government against a troublemaker. That means because the result, the judgment
didn't favor you. Yeah.
That is why you are coming on the street. One love, keep up the good.
Baba, See, thank you so much for for stopping by as usual. Now, to every other caller, a quick one. We are rounding up now. Even though you probably, I think I have another +234 here. Hello there.
Hello, Manyego.
Hello, sir. Good evening to you. How are you?
Quick, fine. It's all John calling from Cross River.
Hey, say that again. Did you say John?
Ojon.
Hey, I want to make sure I heard that right, Baba. Ojon, how is Cross River? How is which part of Cross River? Calabar or another part? Oron?
I'm in Econ.
Yes. Beautiful, Baba. So tell me, how is Econ tonight?
Well, in Econ here, the issue of this fuel has skyrocketed everywhere. Currently, I'm telling you, we are buying fuel for 600 naira. In as much that the governor has to come out, maybe in the state capital, to look at what some filling station. Well, in the capital, it's easy to comply, but far of Ecom to Budu, Ogoja is not working. So there's no enforcement there. But why I'm really calling is about that Mohammed. You know, Mohammed, guys, I was like thinking when he was like talking, is he trying to convince you to be lie?
It was.
But
it was.
Like imagine of it. No, I was imagining of Mohammed. Maybe Mohammed is being fed by, they are still feeding him. I believe someone is still feeding him that is in the government. He doesn't have any career. He doesn't have anything. If, for example, that now currently we are buying diesel for 700 naira, do you know how much it takes me to fuel a car that maybe I'm going a kilometer of 200 and something kilometer? I fuel not less than 90,000 naira, and I did that for 6 days in a week times 26 working days. So you know what it will run.
Man, are you talking about when it was still around 250, 300, or you are talking about when it is 600 now? You spend up to 90,000 to fuel your car a week. Currently. Nearly 100,000 to fuel your car a week.
No, I'm talking about a day, a trip.
A trip to and fro, 400. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll deal with you, my brother. Go on.
So that is what is happening. So if I'm fueling 90,000 naira a trip, going and coming back, and I do that for 6 days, and I do that for 4 weeks, you know what it means? And that Mohammed is in Abuja, maybe I believe is being fed by film bottle, Nigerian film bottle. I was like, I don't know if it was in a radical space, we could have just squandered that idiot. I don't really know what he's trying to persuade you.
Man, see, rent never due. This singular transportation you just mentioned, though, rent never due if you are still paying one. Other utility bills due, like generator, your electricity, your gas, your water, your everything. And all of these are also going to receive their own increase. But Mohammed is not paying bills. It sounded so.
He's not paying bills. You see, Mohammed is not paying bills. That's why he's trying to persuade you. I was like wondering what Mohammed is trying to say. You know, and I asked myself, does it mean that in this Nigeria, if Nigerian government wants to do anything to favor the market, must they suffer?
Must they suffer, exactly.
If National Assembly want to siphon money, they'll take them just in a minute to amend that thing and siphon money in their account.
Yes.
None of them will suffer. And that Mohammed is sitting there in one corner in Abuja there. Maybe it's not even in Abuja, opening his mouth. I wonder, I always keep here, I've been with you for a long time.
Yes, sir.
Some people in Nigeria actually, they say they are mine, but that Mohammed, I was like wondering.
So you said they shock, John, when you are listening to Mohammed, you did shock where you did say, somebody they talk like this?
Yes, I was shocked.
Wow.
You see, when Mohammed is saying that, I was shocked. I was just like, what is he trying to say?
Like, what is he trying to explain? Like, maybe he go make points, but he no make. Hey, John, I can imagine.
That's a rubbish point. Thank you, Baba.
God bless you, brother.
Good work. I'm with you.
I appreciate that too, all the time. Thank you so much. I will take my last call now. I'm bidding my time, making sure that, if it's good, Why stop it? So you will be my last caller. Hello there.
Yeah, hello. Good evening.
Good evening to you, sir. How are you?
Yeah, my name is Irabo. I'm calling from Wolverhampton.
Oh, sir, Irabo, from Wolverhampton.
Yeah.
How are you tonight?
Yeah. I'm so good. Are you?
I'm very well. Thanks for asking.
It's a
Go on.
It's a wonderful piece there with your channel.
Thank you.
All I needed to say on this topic, is that Nigeria is an interesting art piece.
It is.
Where every actor is trying to play their role, and nobody is developing the theater. And it is so unfortunate that we have leaders that have plunged us into this abyss. But then, if we go back to the refinery we are talking about, like I wrote in my comment, I think Dangote is just the treasurer, is the money keeper. And they've been talking about this subsidy for a very long time. And I want to address this coincidence of why the subsidy goes off now, when the refinery is almost ready. So it's like, everybody now, among them that have been contributing money to Dangote
to build the place.
Say, okay, now it is time for us to make money and make it fast. So this issue of we want subsidy, they've been making a lot of money with that scam, and now they want to make their money in super profit method.
Like a mop
They
up.
want to increase the money now, the cost of it, because Dangote is going to be the sole supplier. But the refinery, that's why they never bother to have a refinery done, because their private investment, they have done everything.
It's about to take off.
To see that refinery works. If you look at the opening ceremony, you saw who and who were there.
That's right.
Those were the stakeholders.
Those were the investors, so Irabo, tell them.
Those were the investors. And we are well learned that we see all these billionaires that we know over this part of this world, like the Microsoft man, the billionaires.
I mean, Bill Gates, we have Bill Gates, we have Steve Jobs, we have Mark Zuckerberg of Facebook, we have Elon Musk of Tesla. We know how these guys make their billions. But Nigeria, na story. Go on.
Where have you seen Dangote? Apart from the trailers that carry space all around, apart from the state, what has it done? What has it done? What has Dangote done? Is donation-wise, is foundation-wise for anybody in Nigeria, because as the money keeper, it does not have the power to use the money without the consent of people that are giving him the money.
Irabo.
Don't see him on the humanitarian posture. He's just there as the richest man. But he doesn't use the money.
I keep piling.
He only uses it to maximize profit. Now you don't begin to wonder, a man that has made so much money, and yet he has not been able to make an impact.
Not even in northern Nigeria. See, Irabo, you are so right. I love this, right? When people bring conversation to a different perspective and make everybody feel like, oh, I never thought about that. Warren Buffett once gave almost half of his money to charity at a time, yeah? Bill Gates has been given billions and billions, and we can, you know what I mean? Like, northern Nigeria has experienced the highest level of insecurity, poverty in the last 8 years than any other time in Nigeria history. But you just mentioned now that if we have to even like say, what exactly is Dangote's money meant for whenever he has to give back like other billionaires? And you just said, it's not his money. And he can't just wake up and say, I'm giving the half away in the no bonam.
No, it's not his money. It's not his money.
Irabo?
That refinery is not Dangote, it's for the elite. They know what they are doing. That is my point, sir.
That's a very valid one you just raised tonight. And a lot of people watching this will be like, oh my God, I never thought about it. Others will be like, I knew it now. You know what I mean? Baba, thank you so much, all right, for stopping by. Let me round it up right now, and we will see again. All right, thanks a lot. Now, to everybody, before the whole thing, turn off again or hang again, I'm going to use this moment to say the last half an hour that we have not had any issue. It's been quite flowy and then clearer. I promise you, I will fix whatever that problem was. Okay, I will fix it. And if I'm going to need to change anything, right, that it is not kind of fixable, right? I will cry out for help. But listen, my desktop here is 1,800 pounds. 1,800 pounds. That's nearly 2 million naira or 1.8 million naira. That's not something cheap. You know what I mean? My my laptop, the one that is actually a Windows laptop, HP laptop that I got is 1,200 pounds. A good laptop like that, yeah. So this second MacBook, this second Mac desktop here is a 2011 Mac, and when we got it, it's over 2,100 pounds. 2,100. So they are not cheap stuffs, and I've told you this before, right? That what I use here, they are not things that I can just say, I won't go buy another one. I won't go change another one. No, they are not like that. I have to make them work. Whatever is the problem, I have to fix it and get it working. Yeah. So thank you so much to every one of you who kind of endured this tonight. It was a big distraction, a lot of it. But you still made the night quite interesting. Seriously. We had a chat, we had argument and all of that. And you have not wasted any of your time tonight. So thank you for being patient enough with me up to the end. I will see you some other time. And until then, stay safe. And don't leave without liking the broadcast, by the way. Good night.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Mayegun ti dé o ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Mayegun máa wí. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Mayegun dayari political. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Mayegun. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Àní Mayegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun dayari Mayebi number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bọ́ bàbá gbé wúrẹ́. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Bí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Òkúra olóṣèlú. Mayegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn ràkì. Mayegun ti dé. Mayegun ti dé. ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò bẹ́ẹ̀. Oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Kì máa yí ṣe eré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣe ẹ̀fẹ̀. Ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
Tẹnitẹni ọmọ Máyégún ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. Lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. Bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọn mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. Èèpo ọ̀bọ lọmọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí abínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. Àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì o. Ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Máyégún ti dé gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀ súnra kì. Ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.